watched it for you. BPL.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Watched the Devils game? Manchester City play?
They're the Devils team. Explain.
I hate them, so they're the Devils. I'm a Manchester United supporter.
I can't stand. I'll let you know something. I'm a baseball guy. I love baseball. I love golf. Probably comes out in some of the conversations. You love brawl. Get serious.
Yeah.
Can you think Canadian and get serious for a second?
Culturally, no.
I love boxing.
Boxing's in a good place in the sports world right now.
Not as much. Floyd Mayweather's a great spokesperson for boxing. Did you hear what he said? He's the greatest ever. Yeah. He went through his top 5 fighters of all time before he gets to Chip Kelly being a jerk. Here's the breakdown.
Hold on, what were you going to say about soccer?
Yeah. It was just that I watched it and I couldn't get into it. But
I agree with you, Lundell. When I watch soccer, I don't get into it either because it's just not really interesting to watch the soccer because it's like you see a guy gets taken down to the box and it's a penalty and then it makes a whole. It's like soccer to me is just like dying a slow death. Soccer but I love watching boxing.
I will say there is a marked difference between Premier League, the Prem, and MLS.
Yeah.
It's a little more crisp.
I love soccer. I love the Premiership, and I hate the MLS. I'm a soccer elitist.
Watched some Bundesliga on the weekend.
High-scoring league.
Anyway, Floyd Mayweather. This is one of the things I like. I like hockey too. I'm a good 2.5, 3 period guy. 2.5 periods before I go, okay, I'm ready to go home. No. But boxing, I love. Floyd Mayweather yesterday told, because he's going to fight again, this Andre Berto guy in September to wrap up his tour career. So he wants to go 49-0 in a walk. So he's going to beat this guy up. Then he'll go 49-0.
Stop order that after that mess.
49.99.
Guess that's better than that.
110. Rank is top 5 boxers of all time. Here's how it went. Number 1, surprise, surprise, Floyd Mayweather took Floyd Mayweather. Number 2 was Roberto Duran, Pernell Whitaker. Number 3, Julio Cesar Chavez. Number 4, and I know you're wondering, where's Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all time? Kind enough to slip him in at number 5. Is there a guy you like less in sports than Floyd Mayweather Jr.?
Personally, no. And it's not because he's a bad guy and he's a terrible guy. It's because he doesn't entertain. You can get away with a lot of things with sports fans if you entertain. And he never entertains unless you're a hardcore boxing fanatic who just likes, really appreciates defensive fighters. And he's great at what he does, but he doesn't entertain fans. And that's why I don't like him. He's cocky and he's a bore. Tyson was a bad guy, but God was it.
Yeah, he just came in there and just beat the hell out of dudes in 10 seconds. Yeah, when he punched a guy, you felt it. Do you remember some of that? When he would come in, his arms up, and he'd get in close, and that uppercut that would shake a guy, that would make you just you would cringe. It would be like when you watch Live Leak and you see someone get run over by a bus, and you kind of turn over and you go, oh my God, that was gross. Like that kind of stuff. Floyd Mayweather just kind of pops around, hits you with a couple of jabs, and dances and touches people's heads. Doesn't get in close, very defensive. That's not fun to watch. Yeah, Tom is a huge knob. Speaking of knobs, apparently this just came out. Chip Kelly, I think he's not the director or president of player personnel and the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, so he kind of holds all the chips. He gets to decide who goes where and who and so he's been accused of being a racist in the past. because he sent LaShawn McCoy out of town, Deshaun Jackson out of town, Boykin he sent out of town last week, everybody accusing him of being racist. Apparently, Bleacher Report's Mike Freeman got a couple of Eagles guys to speak to him about Kelly anonymously, and they say Kelly's not a racist, he's just a huge bleep hole.
That's comforting. If you're an Eagles fan.
Can you imagine that conversation? Hey, seriously, is he a racist?
No, man. He's just a real big dick.
Saying, quote, Chip is not a racist. The notion he isn't fair. The thing with Chip is he just doesn't see you as a person. He sees you as a commodity. The more players get that, the better off they'll be. Nothing personal. He just uses and abuses the privilege of people's company. The player adding Chip's attitude towards players doesn't bother me. I actually like it. I know where I stand with him. You understand that if he doesn't want to be challenged, don't bleeping challenge him. It's pretty simple. I get it. Some guys don't.
It's good to hear the other side of the story, right?
A second African-American Eagles player, we got to point that out, said, quote, he sets the agenda. You don't follow it, you're dead to him. It's not racial. Some guys handle it well, some guys don't. Makes sense? Easy to say he's racist.
You know, for a guy like Chip Kelly, from his time when he was a college quarterback in Oregon, and now he made a jump over here to the NFL, you know, he's still... I know you look at some of the big name head coaches that came over from college to the NFL and still have their run. You look at Jim Mora Jr. Those guys, when they make a jump to the NFL and went back, they paid their dues along the way. Chip Kelly now coming from Oregon to Philly. I know he has changed a lot. But you know, I'm not saying that Chip Kelly is a bad NFL coach. But once he gets a couple good years in the NFL as a coach under his belt, and he's like, wow.
When you look at what he's done.
Well, there's two sides to every story, and you know, guys like LaShawn McCoy feel differently about it, and clearly there's some African American players that don't feel it's his way or the highway, and that's that with many coaches, right? So
it was funny. LaShawn McCoy last season said he loved playing for Chip Kelly because he's never felt better. Has him on this crazy regimen of drinking these specific shakes, keeping your weight within 3 pounds, one way or the other, and forcing his players to sleep.